Welcome back to Sports Akhbar, your ultimate cricket update channel. Today,
We're diving into a T20 match that just, well, it completely changed the game. We're talking about this series finale, India versus New Zealand, where India didn't just get a win, they absolutely smashed the record books.
All right, let's just jump right in with the one number that tells you pretty much everything you need to know. 271. I mean, just think about that. That's the absolute mountain of a score India put up in only 120 balls.
And look, this wasn't just some high score in a random game, no way. This was the final emphatic exclamation point on a totally dominant 4-1 series win. So the big question is, how on earth did they pull it off? Let's get into it. So, let's set the scene. It all kicked off on January 31st, 2026, over at the Greenfield International Stadium. And you have to understand, the conditions that day, they were just perfect. I mean, picture perfect for an absolute batting masterclass. And with everything lining up, the stage was set. India's captain wins the toss and, well, it was the easiest decision of his life, right? He chose to bat first on a pitch that was, for all intents and purposes, a batter's paradise. We're talking a flat track, true bounce, basically zero help for the bowlers. Okay, so India's batters didn't just, take advantage of these great conditions. Nope, they launched an all-out, no-holds-barred assault right from the very first ball. And the guys leading the charge? It was these three. Seriously, just take a second and look at those strike rates. Ishan Kishan is hitting at almost 240. Suryakumar Yadav over 200. This wasn't just about ticking the scoreboard over. This was a brutal statement of pure explosive power.
And what's really brilliant here is how the runs were spread out. You had Ishan Kishan laying down this incredible foundation with his century. And that, right there, is what gave guys like Suryakumar and Abhishek the total freedom to just go out and attack without any pressure.
But let's be real, the undisputed hero of the day had to be Ishan Kishan. I mean, come on, his first ever T20 international century, and he gets there in just 43 balls. 43, with 10 massive sixes. It was just a sensational performance, and probably the easiest player of the match decision anyone has ever had to make.
And this performance wasn't about cleverly finding the gaps for fours. This was all about pure power, about clearing the ropes. The whole team hit over 20 sixes. They didn't just win the boundary count, they completely dominated it.
So, now imagine being in the New Zealand dressing room. You're staring down this absolute mountain of a target. You have absolutely no choice but to come out swinging from ball one. Their chase for 272 was, let's be honest, almost impossible from the start.
And you can just feel the pressure, right? A required run rate of 13.6, an over from the very start. That means you have to go for it from the first ball. There's literally no time to get your eye in or settle down. It's just immense. But you know what? You have to give New Zealand credit. They didn't just roll over. They mounted a really spirited fight back. Finn Allen in particular was just spectacular. He smashed 80 off only 38 balls and gave his team this tiny glimmer of hope, with guys like Rachin Ravindra and Ish Sodhi chipping in with some quick runs too.
But just as the Kiwis were building some real momentum, right when you started to think, wait a minute, could they actually pull this off? That's when India's bowlers stepped up and slammed the door shut. So yeah, the chase was still on, the pressure was building, but one bowler in particular came in and just completely flipped the script on the whole innings.
And that bowler was Arshdeep Singh. His magic number for the day? 5. He put on an absolute clinic under pressure, taking a 5-wicket haul that just systematically took the Kiwi chase apart, piece by piece, right when it counted.
And, he wasn't doing it all by himself. Axar Patel was brilliant through those crucial middle overs, grabbing 3 key wickets of his own. It was a full team effort from the bowlers. They just never gave New Zealand a single moment to catch their breath. So in the end, that massive total, that 271, it was just too big of a hill to climb. India walked away with a comprehensive 46-run win, a really fitting end to what was a totally dominant series for them.
So when you look back, this wasn't just another W in the win column. It was a truly historic performance. We're talking record-breaking milestones for the team, for individual players. It was just one of those unforgettable days for Indian cricket.
And a performance like this really leaves you with one massive question, doesn't it? When your batting is this explosive and your bowling is this clutch under pressure, are we looking at the most dangerous T20 team India has ever assembled? That's the big thought to chew on after this incredible series finale.